The most underrated shot in badminton has got to be lifts. And if you master the skill, especially at your level, you'll render your opponents useless. Do we really know what a lift is?
I think you would know, but I don't think you would know the importance of a lift, as you say. That is the basics. It's extremely difficult stroke because you have to adjust so much when you're doing the lift. If you have some fast shots, it changes everything, and you have to play the backcourt both in singles and in doubles.
Okay.
We're gonna give you a few tips here.
Sure, let's see how to do it.
I go in here and do the lift. What I wanna do after I do the lift, in terms of my focus in my stance, it is I wanna lift it and quickly find my position to the defense. How my stances wanna be is my upper body here after, it's wanna be tilted a little forward. So if I was standing too long, I would tilt forward and not backwards. I would keep the distance with my arm towards my core, so I'm like that in order to receive the shuttle. And this is actually the same way how I would go into the lift. I would be a little from this, then take a footwork, step into it, and then lift. If I'm doing a classic backhand lift, like I'm illustrating here, you want to keep your backhand grip. You want to come in with a little bit, so you don't lift like this, but you just want to come in with the body movement in order just to execute, and as always, hit it as hard with as much impact as possible without doing a long movement. You don't want to hit a lift like this, you want to hit a lift like this. So this is the position coming into a lift. It's not just about standing still and do like that. That is a lift, yes, but how many times in a match will I stand full still like this and lift? Never. So you need to have that body movement. And for me, coming in with the body, it's a whole different stroke than standing still and lift like that.
Okay, let me actually give this a try to see if what you would change to my position.
Yeah.
I'll stand like this in my defense position, and then...
Yes.
Is that
Cool.
okay?
That is cool. Try and get lift and quick back in position again, because you're lifting, you know there's gonna come an attackive stroke. So quickly in, quick. Yeah. Okay, more impact, quicker, quicker, quicker. Okay, what you can see Alex doing here, he is walking in the first step like that, and then he is walking back like that. He doesn't have the pre-jump motion. It needs to look like this and in this pace in order to be in position for the defense. So here is the full movement.
So much faster.
So this is faster, but it also shows that we're not done here. We have to be extremely fast after this one to come into the defense position. Right. Try again, a little bit more power. And then land pre-jump motion, yes, good. Nice, yes, more power, yes. Break. And you can feel it's hard. Also, the pulse is rising a little.
Yes.
It's a little difficult to talk after this because it's so much impact. It's so powerful all the time, and it needs to be this fast.
All right, Matthias. Now let's move into our shot selection.
So obviously, you don't have many choices when you're lifting.
Wait, you don't?
It's not as many as if you have like a full attack in terms of opening the court. So you can either lift straight or you can lift cross.
Wait. I thought lifts were broken down into so many. You can have high lifts, you can have like baiting lifts, you can have drive lifts.
Yes, you can select. There is some deception shots. You can come in and do a little bit deception. But at the end of the day, you wanna, most of your lift, you wanna get that height on, so you buy yourself time. And then sometimes if your opponent is not too strong or not hit too hard, then you can push the lifts or try and do a little bit more flat lifts.
Right, that's a super important takeaway. Practice what you need in the game, not just everything. If you enjoyed watching these videos so far, all we ask is for you to like, comment, subscribe, and also share these videos with your friends so that we can do better and make more videos like this for you.
Yes. So I'm gonna illustrate the forehand lift. Forehand lift is actually more difficult, I feel, than the backhand lift. Reason being, with the backhand lift, I can push with my thumb and do like that. So most people, they would prefer to come in if the shot is in between or like outside of my left foot, they would prefer to come in and control with the backhand, and only when it's really much to the side or if they want to cross, we're using the forehand. But the forehand, you have to come in. You also have to generate a lot of power, because as we learned, we never want to do this. We want to create as much power as possible, and it's a little bit harder to to gain that kind of power in a lift in the forehand like that, because you don't have the thumb that you can push with. Okay? So forehand, little hard, very hard. Simple exercise here. We just want to focus on lift, meaning that Alex is on the other side feeding. He has quite a few shuttles. Try and get some relatively new shuttles, because there's a huge difference if you have some shuttles that are very used and very slow. So you need to time it after what a tournament shuttle would be. So you can come in and take 3-4 new shuttles like that. You're not gonna damage them much by doing this lift, but it's important in order to judge if your lift is good enough that there's not too much variation with the shuttlecocks.
I think Matthias is ready to take over this channel. You can just do this solo. I'll just be the demo partner here.
All right, Alex, you try. Nice lift.
Pretty good.
But what did Alex forget? Quickly get back in his position.
Okay, get back.
He was quick in and out, full movement back and forth, even though that I'm not gonna retrieve that shot, in and out like how it would be in a match. Nice.
So, the thing about this is, once I started focusing on my movement, my shot quality got worse.
Yeah.
Which is...
No, but that's because you're moving into the shuttle. The second you're stepping into it, automatically you give more power to the shuttle. That's why you have to, like...
You have to practice moving
practice
it.
That this you can always, like the same pace into the shuttle, you can always do no matter where you are. Yeah?
Right. Right now I don't feel the results of having to come back after. How about after I lift, you give me one attack?
When we can maybe have one that is smashing.
Okay.
Yeah, lift. Yeah, nice. This one was quite flat. Like if I was the partner and I was left-handed, this one I would be able to capture and then kill your partner.
Can you stand here to scare me then?
You need to get the height and you need to get the length. You minimum want to play it behind the service line, the lift. Doesn't need to be on the back line, but at least behind the service line.
Okay, stand there to scare me.
Yeah. Yes. Don't play it.
Good lift.
Yeah, that was a very good lift. And the important thing about good lift is that it comes up and flies down like that. Then it can be extremely high or it can just be medium high like that. The important thing is that it comes like that. Reason being, for someone who is smashing, it's way more difficult to time a jumping smash or time any kind of strokes if the shuttle comes down like that. It doesn't have the same pace and it comes down in this, while a flat lift like that, you can just easier time it and you get the pace from the shuttle because it's already on the way into your racket. So mastering a perfect lift, for me, how I see it, is to get the height so the shuttle will fall straight down like that to your opponent.
And one thing I realize as I'm doing this is, a lot of times when I'm missing up the defense, it's actually not because my defense is very bad. It's just my lift is not the right quality.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, there it is. So, hit better lifts. If you were to create a slogan for this, what would it be?
Okay, slogan. I need to think a little bit more about that.
Okay, we'll wait.
You have a good one?
No, we'll wait.
If you want to beat the best, take the bow test.
Okay.